insert an image. So we have insert or picture. You click picture for instance, and then you move to your document and select the picture from the file. Click from the file, or you can simply open your picture. What I mostly do sometimes is to open the picture. Open the picture, you copy your picture, copy the picture, and then when you move back to your Microsoft Word, you can actually be able to Control V and paste the copied picture into your work space. Great. So that's one of the way you can insert the picture into your document. You can equally insert icon. You don't have, oh sorry, I was offline, I have to connect. So if you're connected, you can be able to use these icons and this 3D in Excel, in PowerPoint, and in Microsoft Word and Publisher and many others. You have this option where you can be able to find icons online. You can be able to find 3D. Okay, you can be able to find 3D models online. I don't know what is telling my connection, but when you click on that, you find options. You get the option of uploading things from the online server of Microsoft Office. So when other things that you can equally insert in your document are things like Wikipedia documents. You can equally insert online videos and a lot more. Cool. So whenever you insert your image into Microsoft Word, it comes with some already default settings, which might make working with a document a little difficult. Yes, the first thing that we want to look at is how to size your image in your work. Notice that whenever you click on a picture, or it can be a picture or a video, this format option appears here, which permits you to do changes on your selected picture, shape, or document. So if, let's say, I wanted to resize this picture, there are several ways of doing this. You can do it by moving to these points on the edges of your picture. Like if you move to this point, for instance, and you click and hold and do this, you discover the changes that occurs on your image are horizontal. The horizontal dimensions of your image is being altered. Yes, while the vertical dimension remain the same. Similarly, if you click either down, below, or up, as you click and hold, as you move your mouse, the vertical dimensions are being changed, and at one point your image meaningless. So let's just go ahead and restore the initial image characteristics. So the best way to reduce the size of this image is by moving to the corner, any of the corner, click and hold, and then you pull. As you're moving your mouse, all the dimensions of your image are reduced equally in such a way that your image does not lose the initial qualities that it had. Yes, it doesn't lose the initial quality that it had. Great. So we have reduced our image. You can also have this rotate option where you can rotate uh, your your image either by using that or by coming to this format tab, arrange a ribbon, and here you have a rotate where you can define the angle by going to more rotate options, or you have predefined rotation angles which are basically 90 degree flipping of your image. I may also want to edit this picture to have both pictures within the same line, so these two images can fit here. No matter how much I've reduced them, they have not been able to move to the same line. This is because this image came in a completely different line from this one. So what can I do to move this up? I place my mouse down and I use backspace. When I click on backspace, immediately the second image moves to the line above. Now we have our two images on the same line of a document. In the formatting, you can equally have some changes that you do on the border of your image, like changing your image. Where is the image? Good. Yeah, changing your image, the border of your image to this. You can, there's several options for you to choose. Yes. You can equally want to choose different effects on your image. Microsoft Word actually provides you, or change your image into some kind of a three-dimensional object. So we will see all these options subsequently. For now, let's just remain with the three. Let's just stay with our initial images here. So I want us to also look at something. If you click on your image and you want to move it along, you see the options of moving are not really that many. Let's just add some text here, for instance. Yes, good. So I will copy this text, Control C, and paste below as well. So if I want to move my image, look, the movement is not really pleasant to see. It cuts the text in a way and in a disordered way. Yes, so if you want text, your image, if you want it in such a way that your image can actually float within your text, with text surrounding your image, what you need to do is to come here. Notice that whenever you click on an image, these layout options appear, on which if you click you have in line with text which appears, and then other options with text wrapping. If you choose any of these options below with text wrapping, for instance, yes, okay, with text wrapping, that is for that. Let's equally select text wrapping for this one. So if I want to move my image, if I want to move my image now, if I want to move my image now, okay, all right, I see why. It's simply because we had this as one single word, so we didn't have space within our document, so it's a little difficult to actually do what I wanted us to see. So I'm going to go ahead and separate all this and make them like different words. When I'm done with the separation, then we can go ahead and so I'm going to copy this as well, copy, and I want to replace entirely the text we had above. I align it, I select everything, Control V. Yes, let's set back our image to the initial inline. Yes, here our image appears between lines. We don't have text. There is no possibility of having text before text wrapped around our image. So if I want to be able to have a wrapped text in our image, I can get this. Great. Now see, you can actually move your image to swim, right? To swim, have text before and after, above your image. Often you find this in a lot of our articles, in a lot of our publishing documents. Yes, you find this option where text either appears in the middle or text appears by the sides of images. Yes, great. So you can equally find this option by right clicking on your image, and then right here you have wrap text, and you can be able to see all this great, this option. Yes, and this is another very interesting thing you can do with your image. Maybe for objects and not necessarily the image. Let's go with undo. Okay, all right. Interestingly, you can also insert images from online, like as we earlier said. You can insert online images. Oh, I keep getting disconnected. So equally found in the format tab, you see you can do a lot of editing on your pictures in terms of background removal, which in some cases yeah, we have successfully removed the background, though it's still kind of creepy. So let's just discard changes. You can have some color changes on your documents. Yes, a lot of color changes, transparency and others. You have artistic effects also that you can do on your image. Artistic effects you can do on your image, and then here you have artistic effect option. You can come here and instead of choosing the provided option by Microsoft Excel, you can decide to do your own editing by yourself, your own artistic effect editing by yourself. Yes, and one of the very important option that we do use here is the crop option as well. So you can also crop your image, and this you will surely have to use this option more often than you can possibly imagine. So we've cropped our image. Yes, and you have more on crop option. You can crop with shapes, for instance. Yes, maybe this. Good. So we've used that shape to crop our image. So let's undo. A lot of exciting things that you can actually do on your image. Yes, on your image in Microsoft Word. Good. In Microsoft Word. A lot. So subsequently we will be looking at these options in detail when we actually start creating exciting documents in our Microsoft. So you should watch out for this format toolbar. Yes, should watch out for this format tab, which is particularly very cool. Other things that you can of course insert into your documents are like things like this shapes. We have a lot of exciting shapes that you can insert into your document, like maybe plus, for instance. Yes, circles. Yeah, notice when you're drawing circles, if you want a perfect circles, you have to click on your shift button to be able to have that. Otherwise you will have some sort of an eclipse that will be appearing. So perfect circle, you press your shift button as you draw. You can equally insert arrows, and you can equally create space for text. Yes, you can create your space for text, and if you want a space where the text appears vertically, you can equally create that. Yeah, you can equally create that. So a lot of exciting things. An act, for instance, and same thing appears for an act. If you want a perfect act, for instance, you have to press your shift key in order for you to be able to have that. And notice whenever you click on a particular shape, you also have distinct formatting options that you can be able to apply to your shape. Yes, to your shapes. Next, another thing I wish to point out is the spelling and grammar in Word. So just like we checked for spelling in our Excel, you can check for spelling in your review tab. and right here you have spelling and grammar check, which you can click. And notice a lot of errors. I don't know how we did all this, but the errors will appear here, which you can ignore. Or you can add to your dictionary. You can ignore, or you can ignore once. You can add to your dictionary. You can even play the voice to actually. We are going to just go ahead and close that. Yes. So we have this translate option here, which permits you have to be online to use this, which permits you to translate either a particular section of your document to a different language. You also have the read option right here, still under review, to your document, to have an audio of your document in your chosen language, of course. Great. And here we have language proofing for proofreading and still corrections as well. So equally we have this word count, which permits you to see the number of words, the number of pages, yes, and characters in your document. Character line, basically everything about your document appears in the word count. Below here you can actually have the page, number of pages, the number of words, but not everything as you have under word count. Still, word count is under review tab. You also have this Thesaurus, which enables you to use, we couldn't find any similar word. Thesaurus, still you have to be online to use it. It gives you suggestion of other words related to words found in your document, so that you don't keep on using the same word over and over and over within your text. But then like I said, you have to be connected to the internet to be able to find those other words. Great. So let's say that you've finished inputting your text and you want to do a few editing before printing your document. Yes, before printing your document. And let's say you were asked either by your teacher to do a line spacing of 2. How do you do that? You need to select your text, the section where you want to apply your line spacing, and then right up to tab paragraph ribbon. You have line and paragraph spacing here, which you can click and select. Now we have this section of our text which has a double line spacing, or a line spacing of 2. You can equally change the color of your text. Yes, font type, you can change the font type as well. And it's actually possible for you to download font type and then upload it into your Microsoft Word. We will see that subsequently. We're going to see that subsequently. Yes, so you can do all this editing before you finally print your document. Let's say you were typing you wanted to type like x square for the math student. Generally, you notice this is how it appears, but normally for x square, this x has to appear like a superscript. Let me enlarge it so that we can be able to see like a superscript. So how can you make this possible? By selecting the two and then right in up in the home tab, font ribbon, you have a superscript present here which you can select, and you can also have the subscript which you can select to position, determine where your tool is going to go. Yes, that is it. Next, the rule. One of the importance of the ruler in your text is that it can enable you to change your the margin of your workspace directly. Yes, can enable you to either increase and also decrease. Yeah, in some documents you have to type header and or footers. So how do you input headers or footers in your document? By moving to the header space or footer space and then double clicking, and there you are able to input your headers. And notice that whatever you put in the header of one page, automatically it appears in all your pages. Yes, it appears in all your pages. Same thing for the footers. If you want to input something in the footers, you double click and you add whatever you wanted to add in your footers, and it also will appear in the footer of all your pages. Let's assume that you're done with everything and you're ready for printing. So the first thing you will obviously and you must have to do is to save your document, which you browse and choose the folder where the folder to save it. I'm going to save as MS Word lesson 1. Sorry, lesson 1 in my DXT and folder MS. So I save it there. You can equally use the save as function where you're saving your document, this time around not as Word, but you have the PDF function and several other functions, the PDF option and several other options which you can save your document as. And this is usually this option is very useful for me, especially when I want to convert a document, an image, into a PDF. I just use the save as function and then choose PDF as the save as type. Yes, you can go to print, and when you take print you have this print preview which shows you a preview of the of what you will be obtaining if you do this printing. Great. We will see more on printing in Microsoft Word. Yes, we will see more on printing in Microsoft. There is equally this option, this OneDrive option, where you can save your document and be able to access it anywhere you are and in any machine. But to use this, you need to create your Microsoft account. Yes, you need to create your Microsoft account where you have your OneDrive. It's functions more or less in a similar way to the Google Drive file that we have in our Gmail in the Google account. Yes, so you can save your documents there. So you have to sign in and then save your document so that you can be able to access it anywhere you are and on any PC. We equally have this option of export here, which you can use to directly create your PDF. Yes, to create your PDF document. Yes, you can just directly create your PDF and then choose where to save it. For instance, maybe in the desktop, and publish. And now if you go to desktop, you're going to find the PDF of your document, which appears right here. Great. So we are done, and I'm just going to close that. Let's say next week I want to work on that same document again. Remember, I said we can open Microsoft Word by searching, or by, if you already have a Word document open, we can move here, right click, we can move to the taskbar, right click, and then select the Microsoft option that appears right below. Yes, when you open here, you see recent Word, on recent work. This is our just ended task here. Yes, so, and these are others on which I have been working. So as you work, some of this document will disappear for the new, to create space for the new one. So if you're working on a very important document and you want it to always stay in this space no matter what, so you have to come to the document, and then notice at the right of it there is this pin option where you can just click. Yes, you can click to be able to pin, and no matter how long this stays here, the document will always be there for you to recover, for you to work on. So in this beginner lesson, we have gone almost over everything that you need to know, to know in order for you to begin using Microsoft Word. So if you have Microsoft Word in your phone, you can be able to start experimenting, using and asking questions. This was, however, like a very basic for beginners. Yes, and subsequently we will be increasing and improving the level as we go through our journey. Thank you, and kindly subscribe, as this will give us the courage to continue creating time and doing this little we are doing to inspire you in our own very little way. Thank you. Bye bye.